Did you know at Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, after 30 days of employment, that you can join our 401k retirement plan? That's right, we match it up to 4%. That's gross pay, 4% after 30 days of employment. Drive a Buck Division truck for Wiley Sanders Truck Line, be home twice a week and every weekend. You know, if these wheels roll at Wiley Sanders Truck Line, you make money. Home twice a week, every weekend. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, $1,000 sign-on bonus. Come drive for the best today.
Good morning. Welcome to another edition of Truck Talk with Wiley Sanders Truck Line. I am so excited this morning. So excited to be here. Got all kind of guests. I got Enterprise State school, truck driving school that's going to be with us this morning. I got the two oldest drivers with Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Not by age. I've been there the longest. I got Mr. James Petway. Also got Miss Marie Perdue that's driving with us. She told me to make sure that I talk about her grandchildren. She's so proud of them, so I want to thank her for that. I also got Daniel that's with us this morning from Sept. He's going to be here. We just got a great show lined up for you this morning. Remember, Truck Talk with Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Spring Hill Volunteer Fire Department, they're having a big barbecue. That's right, November the 2nd, Boston butts are $30. Barbecue plates are $7. Camp stew is $8. I don't know if y'all ever had any camp stew in Spring Hill, but let me tell you, I used to carry Mr. Wiley some a lot of time. Every time they had that camp stew, I would go down there and get some. So I'm really excited about that. Well, let's talk a little football before we get directly into truck talk. What about them Goshen Eagles? What about them Eagles? Them Eagles are getting it done. Georgiana had 8, but Goshen had 55. You know the rest of the story. Luverne 47, Brantley 14. Pike Lib 21, Lee Scott 52. And I know this young man would not think I would remember his name, but I asked him how to spell his name. He said it's like rowing a boat. It's number 77 for Pike Lib. Saw him in, what store was I in? I want to say it was the Circle K, but I saw him and I said, y'all having a rough time. Well, he wanted me to let everybody know that they had some players that were injured, but their spirits were still high. So, Mr. Rowan, I didn't forget you. I told y'all to say something about your school and you, and we wish y'all the best of luck. Let's look at some college stuff. Let's look at them Troy University. Fell a little short. I heard it was little things going on with the clock. I ain't gonna get into that, but I am a Trojan fan, so you know I'm gonna go along with what Coach says. I listened to that this morning, matter of fact, and he was talking that he think they got it. He hoped they got it right. They reviewed it. Nevertheless, we fell a little short. It was 43 for Troy University, and Arkansas State had 50. So come real close. Alabama wins big, 59-31 over Ole Miss. Auburn wins big, 56 over 23. Let me say this. All these football teams look good this year. This is going to be an interesting year. I want to say that I heard on the polls this morning that Alabama went to number 1, Clemson fell down. So we're going to see what happens with that. We're going to take a commercial break, and we're going to come back, and we're going to talk to some drivers, and we're going to talk about trucking a little bit and anything else that you may want to talk about. Remember, we are Truck Talk with Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Be right back.
At Wiley Sanders Truck Line, safety is our first priority. That's right, safety. At Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we practice safety. Come to Wiley Sanders Truck Lines today. Get a job with a safe company, Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Hey, at Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we got Blue Cross, Blue Shield. Hey, we got a dental plan. Most of all, we match your 401k up to 4% gross pay. 4%, Wiley Sanders Truck Line, Troy, Alabama. Come drive for the best. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama.
We're back with Truck Talk. I have with me one of Wiley Sanders' finest. Daniel, how you doing this morning? Good to see you.
Good morning.
You know, the first thing I want to get right to it. I know you deal with safety, but we're in the process of putting cameras in our trucks. And we're getting so much talk about the cameras listen to you, the cameras do this, the camera do that. Explain that camera to me. Explain that to me.
The camera itself it's recording all the time, but those videos are not captured unless an event occurs. So once that event occurs, I get 10 seconds prior to the event, 10 seconds after the event, so I can see what caused it and the outcome of it. That is the only audio I hear, those 20 seconds. Anything other than that is complete privacy to the driver.
I was talking to Mr. Sanders, and we was talking about this, and he said a lot of drivers think that we're listening to them. And he was concerned about that. And we want our drivers to know that they have privacy and that this is nothing against them. This is something for safety.
It is there to protect the driver and the company for false claims, to aid in accident investigation. It's not there to spy on the driver. We trust our drivers completely.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. And this thing actually will send you when you say event, that means
it is triggered by a shock to the truck, or an abrupt maneuver or something of that nature. It's not just I can't punch a button and automatically see what's going on.
Okay, and it only points forward.
Only forward.
That's good. So if I'm sitting in a truck stop and somebody bags into me, this camera will be erupt to it, and it will send it.
It will capture it. If there's power to the truck, be it the generator or the engine itself running, and the driver's in the truck stop, somebody backs into his truck and leaves, we've captured that event so we can go after them to, make a claim to repair the truck.
Well, I see you all the time, and I often know you do other stuff than safety. I saw you one day and you had some equipment in your hand. Do you do a little coaching on the side?
I help out with the rec league here. We've got some coaches. I'm just kind of a parent that probably should be put down sometimes, but I get up, enjoy it.
Well, what do y'all do? Y'all have volunteer? How do y'all fund? What do you do?
It's volunteer. Coaches are volunteer. The players sign up. The recreation department, they provide the pants, the shoulder pads. Parents are responsible for cleats and helmets, and that's our biggest problem is getting helmets.
When Austin was playing, and we get to the field, and it never failed. It was something he had forgot. But the most thing, and me and you talked in your office the other day. You know where I'm going with this. You was talking about the mouthpieces. It was.
They seem to get lost frequently.
Well, Truck Talk with Wireless Sanders Truck Line, we thought about that this morning, and we bought you a bag of mouthpieces.
Well, thank you very much.
And we knew that if we gave them to you, and they Wilsons, we did define, but we wanted to give these to you. We're going to do more. But we just want to let you know we appreciate what you do in this community. I appreciate the job you do out there with us and helping me keep the drivers safe. And anything we do, I know is for safety. Safety is first with us, and you do such a great job, man. I thank you for coming on this show.
Thank
and
you.
ladies and gentlemen, I had to talk him into doing this, so I had to give you a little present. We're going to go to a commercial back, and we're going to get right back with some old drivers. Do you see what I got over there today?
I saw them.
Huh?
They've been there a long time.
That's going to be interesting. We're going to a commercial break. And I don't think we're going to a commercial break. Daniel, you got stuck here. I want to ask you this while I've got you here. With the camera system we got, I'm going to say it's the top of the line.
I would agree.
With this here, this only can make things better.
It's there to make things better. There's so many people out there trying to get money out of trucking companies, and this will prevent those false claims, and it will help drivers in the long run with better trucks, better pay, better packages.
And I really wanted to come back and ask you this because in our studio today, we got a school here, and it's got some young guys with them that are going to soon be out there driving a truck. And when they make their choice, I want them to hear that we got their safety first, because anything on your driver's license, that's on you.
That's correct.
If your name is Johnny Warren, then Johnny Warren, you got 2 speeding tickets or whatever. So we want to make sure that they know we do everything we can, because if they're accused of something they didn't do, you can actually go in there in that camera and carry it to court. Am I right when I say that?
That's right. I can download the video and supply it to the driver or the law enforcement officer, to help out.
That is just great. I talked to a driver this morning that I was eating breakfast with, one of our drivers, and he was having some issues, but I don't think the camera would help him. But I want everybody out there to know that our first object is to make sure this driver is safe equipment, and get home. That's what Marie wants to talk about. She wants to talk about getting home.
Home time.
We're going to go to a commercial break, and we're going to be right back with Marie Perdue and James Petway. Be right back.
Troy Cable Security makes it easy to stay aware and stay in control of your home wherever you are. User-friendly interface allows easy navigation for lights, locks thermostat, video and garage doors. Never worry about leaving your garage door open or the front door unlocked. Your mobile app can send alerts to your phone for alarm and no alarm events. Know when your children arrive home from school with video response. Make sure your home is powered by Troy Cable Security for ultimate access, awareness, and protection.
Did you know at Wireless Sandals Truck Line, after 30 days of employment, that you can join our 401k retirement plan? That's right, we match it up to 4%. That's gross pay, 4% after 30 days of employment. Drive a Buck Division truck for Wireless Sandals Truck Line, be home twice a week and every weekend. You know, if these wheels roll at Wireless Sandals Truck Line, you make money. Home twice a week, every weekend. Wireless Sandals Truck Line, $1,000 sign-on bonus. Come drive for the best today. Do you want a good truck driving job? Do you want to drive for the best? Then drive for Wireless Sandals Truck Line. We have good benefits. We have good home time. We have Blue Cross Blue Shield. We match your 401k up to 4%. You can start in the 401k retirement plan after 30 days of employment. You need to drive for Wireless Sandals Truck Line. It's time for you to think about you and your family's future. Wireless Sandals Truck Line, $1,000 sign-on bonus. These guys did. At Wireless Sandals Truck Line, safety is our first priority. That's right, safety. At Wireless Sandals Truck Line, we practice safety. Come to Wireless Sandals Truck Lines today. Get a job with a safe company, Wireless Sandals Truck Line. Hey, at Wireless Sandals Truck Line, we got Blue Cross, Blue Shield. Hey, we got a dental plan. Most of all, we match your 401k up to 4% gross pay, 4% Wireless Sandals Truck Line, Troy, Alabama. Come drive for the best. Wireless Sandals Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama.
And we're back this morning live with Truck Talk with Wireless Sandals Truck Line. You know, I keep looking at this barbecue that they're going to have down there in Spring Hill. Have you ever had some of the camp stew?
Yes.
You have?
It's very good. Very
Petway,
good.
you got to come have some of that.
I gotta have it.
That is good. That is November the 2nd, Boston Butts, barbecue plates, camp stew, volunteer fire department there in Spring Hill. I've had it. It's good. I like talking about
It
stuff
is.
I've had. Marie, you've been with us a long time.
Yes.
How long?
Working on 31 years.
31 years.
That long.
James, how long?
37,
37.
and proud to say I am here.
Now let me ask you something, James. Me and you actually had breakfast this morning, and we was talking, and you said it was at one time you couldn't get a job, and the trucking company you had went out of business, and you came over here, and we hired you, and you've been here ever since.
Ever since I was driving over there in Selma Power in Selma, Alabama, they went out of trucking business. But I tell you what, I was talking to a driver coming out of California. He said, I always had a CB. And he was talking to me, we was talking back on. He said, Wireless Sandals, hi. I said, you sure? Man, I need a job. I got a mama. She got 4 kids, and me, I got to take care of them. I come down here, and they hired me.
And you're glad about
Oh,
it.
man, I'm great.
That's good.
I tell you what, I wouldn't ask for no better offer than Wireless Sandals Truck Line.
James, I want to tell you that the years you've been there and the years I've met you, accidents, you just don't hear your name called with that.
I'm going to tell you that a lot of my friends, I told them, I said, you know what? I got a great recognition to come to talk on Wireless Sandals Truck Line. This company had did great things for me,
Yeah,
and I appreciate it.
yeah. And you take care of your equipment. We got some nice rides there.
Man, I got a 681. Ooh, I love it.
Marie,
Yes.
you got any grandbabies?
I got 3 grandchildren. They're all grown.
Was you driving for Wiley when they?
I was driving at Wiley Sanders when all 3 were born, and I made it home and be there when they came into this world.
And that's what you're excited about.
I was excited. Then my 2 great-grandsons come along, and I made it home and got to be there when they came into this world. And I am very thankful for all of them. And I watched those 3 oldest grandchildren graduate high school, so I was there for what was important for them.
You know, when they talk about truck driving, it used to be, now I got to be real careful how I walk around this. It used to be a male's thing, I guess you would say. But
Yes.
people like you turn that around. I mean, you drive your truck, you drop it, you hook it. There's no difference in you than what Mr. Petway does.
Absolutely none. Absolutely none.
And so if a lady was wanting to get into the truck driving industry, you would feel freely to recommend Wireless Sandals.
Yes, I most certainly would. They have been good to me over the years with home time and just being there. Call them up if you need anything, and they're right there.
You know, Mr. Petway, you just did me I don't want these young guys to hear this. You just did me a favor. You haven't trained in what, 10 years?
10 years.
And I met a guy at a school that needed some special help. And I came to you and I called you, and he actually did not get done in 10 weeks. He needed some more time. And you come and told me, you said, I'm going to keep him a little longer.
He said, Sam, everybody called me Sam, I need 2 more weeks.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I called Hawk Daddy, because your time up. So I called you. He said, that's great. If you figure he ain't ready, he ain't ready.
That goes back to what I'm saying about safety, and I really want those young guys out there to hear that. We say 10 weeks, and when I say that at a school, Marie, they go, 10 weeks?
Yeah,
But
he went 12.
I'm all for the 10 weeks. And the reason I'm for the 10 weeks, because you've been 37 years,
37.
33 years, and you still see different stuff every day.
Every
Every
day.
day.
Every day.
Everything
we all on the
changes.
same, and we got a woman disagreeing with 2 men. that's a rarity.
Every day.
That
Every
is
day.
something there to be proud of. I'm so proud of you two for being with us. I asked you, and this is something, and I continue to talk about Truck Talk with Wireless Sanders Truck Line, because we're doing different things in this community. Mr. Sanders and Mr. Sanders wants us to be involved in this community, and I thought the best way to do is show how long the longevity of people we got working. You know, I'm proud to say it don't matter how long I be here, I'll still have people I can bring. We got people been out there 30 and 35 years. That is a sign itself. People don't stay places that long that they're
No.
not happy. I don't care what it is. You don't stay there that long, you're not happy. If I talk to 100 drivers today, the first thing I would hear is what kind of equipment, 3 things. What kind of equipment, pay, and get home time.
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever have trouble getting home?
No.
Do you ever have trouble getting home?
No.
I'm sure y'all got it. Every Wednesday you get a little thing come on your phone telling you what you make. How you get yours, Petway?
Well, same way. Same way.
I can get mine off Qualcomm on Tuesdays.
On Tuesday. Mine don't come to Wednesday. Why yours come first?
It come to tonight too.
Oh.
That's your phone. It's a little late.
Okay, my
Tell
phone.
me it's faster
I
than
don't
your
do
phone.
that.
Let me tell you, when I looked at Petway, he was like, I don't know why I should say this or not, but mine actually comes Tuesday. Marie didn't have no problem with it. Mine come Tuesday.
Tuesday,
Okay.
anytime after 5 o'clock. That's
On
It's
the
not about the
Qualcomm in the truck.
In the truck.
in the
Okay.
truck. But
Wednesday's not too bad. I have it Wednesday morning. Anyway. All right, we go. Thank y'all for coming. Marie, I just want to shake your hand. Thank you so
for
much.
inviting me.
I want y'all to know, Marie got this her new do. She said, I'm going to have my hair. I'm going to be looking good.
I had to go get a haircut.
Well, thank you, James. Would you like to say something?
look, I just want to say, Wireless Center, a great opportunity when you want to be in the trucking field.
Thank you.
They call me the Green Hornet. I've been the Green Hornet since 1971, and I'm proud of that too. And everything I ride in got the Green Hornet on
Got the
it.
green horn. We're going to go to a commercial break, and we're going to be right back. We got a school and some new drivers that are going to be hopefully to come to Wireless Sandals.
Troy Cable Security makes it easy to stay aware and stay in control of your home wherever you are. User-friendly interface allows easy navigation for lights, locks thermostat, video and garage doors. Never worry about leaving your garage door open or the front door unlocked. Your mobile app can send alerts to your phone for alarm and no alarm events. Know when your children arrive home from school with video response. Make sure your home is powered by Troy Cable Security for ultimate access, awareness, and protection.
At Wireless Sandals Truck Line, safety is our first priority. That's right, safety. At Wireless Sandals Truck Line, we practice safety. Come to Wireless Sandals Truck Lines today. Get a job with a safe company, Wireless Sandals Truck Line. Hey, at Wireless Sandals Truck Line, we got Blue Cross, Blue Shield. Hey, we got a dental plan. Most of all, we match your 401k up to 4% gross pay, 4%. Wireless Sandals Truck Line, Troy, Alabama. Come drive for the best. Wireless Sandals Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Did you know at Wireless Sandals Truck Lines, after 30 days of employment, that you can join our 401k retirement plan? That's right, we match it up to 4%. That's gross pay, 4% after 30 days of employment. Drive a Buck Division truck for Wireless Sandals Truck Line, be home twice a week and every weekend. You know, if these wheels roll at Wireless Sandals Truck Line, you make money. Home twice a week, every weekend. Wireless Sandals Truck Line, $1,000 sign-on bonus. Come drive for the best today. Do you want a good truck driving job? Do you want to drive for the best? Then drive for Wireless Sandals Truck Line. We have good benefits. We have good home time. We have Blue Cross Blue Shield. We match your 401k up to 4%. You can start in the 401k retirement plan after 30 days of employment. You need to drive for Wireless Sandals Truck Line. It's time for you to think about you and your family's future. Wireless Sandals Truck Line, $1,000 sign-on bonus. These guys did.
Troy Cable Security makes it easy to stay aware and stay in control of your home wherever you are. User-friendly interface allows easy navigation for lights, locks thermostat, video and garage doors. Never worry about leaving your garage door open or the front door unlocked. Your mobile app can send alerts to your phone for alarm and no alarm events. Know when your children arrive home from school with video response. Make sure your home is powered by Troy Cable Security for ultimate access, awareness, and protection.
Do you want a good truck driving job? Do you want to drive for the best? Then drive for Wireless Sandals Truck Line. We have good benefits. We have good home time. We have Blue Cross Blue Shield. We match your 401k up to 4%. You can start in the 401k retirement plan after 30 days of employment. You need to drive for Wireless Sandals Truck Line. It's time for you to think about you and your family's future. Wireless Sandals Truck Line, $1,000 sign-on bonus. These guys did.
And we're back with Truck Talk with Wireless Sandals Truck Lines. Good morning. How you doing this morning?
Morning, sir.
Morning.
How you doing?
Yeah.
I was sitting here before we come back from the commercial break. You said don't ask you, but I got to ask you, what happened at the football game?
It was a
What happened with the 10-second runoff? What happened?
out of timeouts and an injury, and I don't know. We should have won the game going away.
Where was we at on the field?
Real close.
Real close.
Yes, sir.
I could tell they interviewed the coach, and he was like, they reviewed it. I hope they got it right.
Right. Heck of a ball game.
Yeah, yeah. But get them next time.
That's
You
right.
guys teach people how to drive trucks.
We try our best.
We have had you guys down, and we're glad to have you here today. Now, if I was trying to get into the truck driving industry, and I wanted to come to Enterprise, I want to make sure I say it right.
Enterprise State Community College. Yeah.
Enterprise State Community College. What would be my first process?
Would be to register,
Mm-hmm.
and of course then you would have to get a DOT physical and a drug screen,
Mm-hmm.
and you would need to obtain a CDL permit, which would require studying the Alabama Commercial Driver's License Manual. And we always tell our students to try to study the CDL prep out, because it's a big help along with that book.
Well, let me say this. Let me ask you this. You just said something that I haven't heard. I didn't know. So before I come into your school, I've already had a test,
Yes.
Permit test.
permit test.
Yes.
Test.
Just like when you go get your license, you go get your permit.
Yes.
So to come into the school, I need to get my permit test and then come into the school. Oh,
Yes.
great. Okay. That's what Truck Talk with Wireless Sandals Truck Line is all about, learning about trucking And okay, that is a good information. I get this call all the time
Right.
because I advertise for driving truck, and I get a lot of people that call me and they go, "I don't have a CDL, but I want to drive a truck." And that's why I want to have people like you guys to come in and explain to them what to do and what's the process. I've been to the school and spoke to some of your classes. Y'all got a class act operation. Class
Thank
act. You like old trucks? I know
Love
we're out to the yard with those trucks. So in your experience, what is the thing you try to drill home in your class? What one of the things that you
Safety. Safety is our number one priority.
Yeah, that's what we start with, is safety.
When we get them in, we tell them, we're going to give you the basics so you can obtain your CDL. When you hire them like Wiley Sanders, them trainers are going to teach you to be truck drivers.
That's right. And I try to tell my class, I'm gonna get a chance to tell these guys this now. I tell them, don't get so nervous about the road test when you're a driver trainee. If they pass your road test, then you're confident that they can pass our road test. Because you know they're not a driver. It's exactly what it says. It's a driver trainee.
That's it.
It's a driver trainee.
Yeah, we tell them that we're preparing them to get that CDL license so that they can go with a trucking company such as Wiley Sanders Truck Lines and get some more training to make them ready to go on their own out there.
And you know, a lot of people get that confused and they think that when you go to the school that once you get out of school that you just ready to drive a truck. That's just a scratch upon the surface, would you say?
That's it. That's it.
You know, I come to your school and I saw some of your equipment. A lot of your equipment is donated.
Yes, Wiley Sanders has donated us a tractor and a trailer. We had another trailer donated, and then we have 2 trucks that we purchased on our own.
That's good. So you got plenty of equipment. All they got to do is just get in contact with you and come on out.
That's right.
Now, both of you guys used to drive.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Your brother drives now, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, when you was driving, did you ever think that you'd be teaching people to drive?
Never crossed my mind. Never crossed my mind. But I really enjoy it. I do. I mean, I enjoy passing on, some of the things I've learned over my years.
Mm-hmm.
My father drove, my brother drove, my grandfather drove, so it's just a long line of trucking in my family.
I noticed when I come to your school one time and I told the guys about this mountain. I saw you go. And you was like, nobody tells them that. Because a lot of people are shocked
That's right.
when they get out here. And they've been around the little area of Pike County or Montgomery, but you can get in some things in trucks. And y'all teach them about hills and teach them the safety of trucks and stuff. And I noticed you was telling me one day, you said, I try to tell all my guys, pay attention.
Yeah.
That is,
Pay attention to that recruiter because they're going to tell you a lot of good information.
yeah. And I noticed, guys, I want y'all to know, every time we're scheduled there, we had one of our guys had overbooked himself and you needed me to come and you called me and you was real compassionate about your class.
Oh, yeah.
You said, I really need you to come. And I was glad to come. I was glad you thought enough of me to call me. But that let me know that it's not just a job to you. It's just not just, it's people in their life. These are people that have chose to take this career.
Yep.
And they need assistance with it.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir.
And we
You know,
care.
back when I come along, I just got in the truck and tore up a bunch of stuff. Well, I'm just being honest. And I tore up a bunch of stuff. But now they have people that teach this, and this is a great career to be in. Anytime you can make $80,000, and I'm talking about wireless analyst, I know that you can make $80,000 and be home and see your family. That's pretty good money. Everybody wasn't meant to be a doctor or a teacher.
That's right.
Absolutely right. And we care about each and every one of our students. We try to give as much one-on-one attention to them as we can. We recognize some of the hurdles that they face, and we hone in on that hurdle and we get them across it. And
we got a program we started, and we started it with you guys too, that we let the student come down and actually see the operation
Yes.
of wireless Sanders truck
Yes.
lines, and I know people will probably say, well, I ain't believe he ain't said that all morning, but we got 5 sister companies right here in Troy
right.
that controls that involves with us, and we have freight going everywhere. And it's good when guys come and see it, because the biggest thing in trucking is what? Not sit.
Nobody wants to sit.
Nobody wants to sit. Guys spend money, and when you sit, you get irritable, and a lot of things go wrong. But we're fortunate. We got our own freight, and we don't let you sit. And I know you tell the guys that. One of the big experiences I found out with you guys, your class is a real neat. Real neat class, real neat classroom. I love, and you're the only class I've seen with that, and I'm not throwing, I better be careful with that, but I'm not throwing it. But you're the only class I've seen with the TV. And you were showing some program, you were showing with the big screen. I've seen something, but you got a big screen, and that's real. What I know you had us on that day, but what do you actually teach with that?
Oh, we teach a lot of the backing skills with it, show them on screen the maneuvers. We show a lot of the safety films, like hazardous, recognizing the hazards going down the highway, and we also started teaching truckers against trafficking. It's about human trafficking. That's something that's been legislated recently, and all the state schools are required to teach that now, and we had started it just prior to the law being signed, and so it's, we think that's going to be a great thing to
I
make
found
people
out
aware.
there's never too much information.
Right.
You cannot have too much information. When I go to places, the first thing I look at is what all they got around: equipment, books, and I look in classes, and I looked at your class, and y'all have a lot of stuff, because these guys, I'm finna put them in a truck, 45,000 pounds behind them, and I want to know that they've been to a good school and know what's going on, and I thank you guys for it. We're going to take a commercial break, but we're going to bring, you brought some students with you, which was a surprise to me. And we're going to figure out how to get them all on there. I see 3 of us, so we're going to get them behind us, and we're going to turn around. We're just going to ask them some questions. Are they ready? If I ask them something, they ready?
Oh, yeah.
All right, we're going to go to commercial break. We'll be right back with Truck Talk with Wally Sanders Truck Line.
Wally Sanders Truck Line, money, money, money. Hey, we got 401k, we got Blue Cross Blue Shield. We get you home on the weekend to watch football. Wally Sanders. Who is the best truck line that will get you home on the weekend? Wally Sanders. Money, money, money. Let me have that football. At Wally Sanders Truck Line, safety is our first priority. That's right, safety. At Wally Sanders Truck Line, we practice safety. Come to Wally Sanders Truck Lines today. Get a job with a safe company, Wally Sanders Truck Line. Hey, at Wally Sanders Truck Line, we got Blue Cross, Blue Shield. Hey, we got a dental plan. Most of all, we match your 401k up to 4% gross pay, 4%. Wally Sanders Truck Line, Troy, Alabama. Come drive for the best. Wally Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Did you know at Wally Sanders Truck Lines, after 30 days of employment, that you can join our 401k retirement plan? That's right, we match it up to 4%. That's gross pay, 4% after 30 days of employment. Drive a Buck Division truck for Wally Sanders Truck Line, be home twice a week and every weekend. You know, if these wheels roll at Wally Sanders Truck Line, you make money. Home twice a week, every weekend. Wally Sanders Truck Line, $1,000 sign-on bonus. Come drive for the best today.
Troy Cable Security makes it easy to stay aware and stay in control of your home wherever you are. User-friendly interface allows easy navigation for lights, locks thermostat, video and garage doors. Never worry about leaving your garage door open or the front door unlocked. Your mobile app can send alerts to your phone for alarm and no alarm events. Know when your children arrive home from school with video response. Make sure your home is powered by Troy Cable Security for ultimate access, awareness, and protection.
Wally Sanders Truck Line, money, money, money. Hey, we got 401k, we got Blue Cross Blue Shield. We get you home on the weekend to watch football. Wally Sanders. Who is the best truck line that will get you home on the weekend? Wally Sanders. Money, money, money. Let me have that football. At Wiley Sanders Truck Line, safety is our first priority. That's right, safety. At Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we practice safety. Come to Wiley Sanders Truck Lines today. Get a job with a safe company, Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Hey, at Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we got Blue Cross, Blue Shield. Hey, we got a dental plan. Most of all, we match your 401k up to 4% gross pay, 4%. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, Troy, Alabama. Come drive for the best. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Did you know at Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, after 30 days of employment, that you can join our 401k retirement plan? That's right, we match it up to 4%. That's gross pay, 4% after 30 days of employment. Drive a Buck Division truck for Wiley Sanders Truck Line, be home twice a week and every weekend. You know, if these wheels roll at Wiley Sanders Truck Line, you make money. Home twice a week, every weekend. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, $1,000 sign-on bonus. Come drive for the best today.
Troy Cable Security makes it easy to stay aware and stay in control of your home wherever you are. User-friendly interface allows easy navigation for lights, locks thermostat, video and garage doors. Never worry about leaving your garage door open or the front door unlocked. Your mobile app can send alerts to your phone for alarm and no alarm events. Know when your children arrive home from school with video response. Make sure your home is powered by Troy Cable Security for ultimate access, awareness, and protection.
We're back with Truck Talk with Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Hey, I got Enterprise State, and I've got some of your students here. Glad to have them. You guys eat barbecue?
Yes, sir.
Y'all eat barbecue. I'm excited about this big barbecue. You keep hearing me talk about it. It's November 2nd. Hey, them Boston butts are delicious. I don't know why I can eat the most, Boston butts or Kempston. Which one you like the best?
Boston butt.
Boston butt, okay. Yeah. I see you brought some students with you. That was a surprise to me. Ladies and gentlemen, this was a surprise to me for them to have, and I need to have my mic too. I know they can't all hear me. I'm trying to show y'all how to do it. But anyway, that's why we like Truck Talk with Wiley Sanders, because we're truckers, not.
That's right.
We know what we're doing on the truck side. But I see you brought some students with you. Now these guys, what stage are they in the class?
Just started.
Just started.
Just started.
Yes, their first day was last Wednesday. So they're just in the process of starting to learn.
Starting to learn.
Starting to learn.
Okay, so I want to just introduce each one of them. If you hand each one on the mic, just tell me who you are and where you're from.
My name is Matthew Smith. I'm from Enterprise.
And you're wanting to drive a truck.
Yes, sir.
What makes you want to drive a truck?
My grandfather always worked on the Freightliner trucks and stuff, so I've always been interested in truck driving. It just seemed like a very good career to me. You know, starting out with a family, I have a newborn. Seems like it'll help a lot.
Well, let me take this time to tell you something. I got this division that I can have you home twice a week and every weekend. Remember, you just got that newborn. I'm gonna say it again: twice a week and every weekend. That's gonna be hard to beat.
That sounds good.
That's gonna be hard to beat. I want to say that. I want to make sure you know that. Hand the mic to you. And your name, sir?
Name Pre-Andre Hinton.
And you from?
Ozark, Alabama.
Ozark, Alabama.
Yes, sir.
Now, everybody that lives that close needs to drive for me, because you can get home on the weekend.
Okay.
Every time on the weekend. You need to know
we
that.
love
What
our
made you want to
weekend.
drive a truck?
I mean, I was working for Coleman American,
Mm-hmm.
and I was driving truck then. I mean, it's good for my business that I got going on now, so it just helps, ties in with a lot of stuff. I just like driving.
You like driving, okay. What about you? And you from where, sir?
I'm Shirai Henry. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, but I'm staying in Ozark, Alabama.
Okay, and what made you want to drive a truck?
Well, my dad been driving trucks all his life, and I see the opportunity of having a career. I mean, you know, my own business as far as running for myself and things like that. The opportunities that could be great for my kids and for me, you know, especially from where I'm from. So.
Okay, let me tell you something. I have to take these plugs away when I can. With Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, if you started with the state today,
Yes, sir.
it would be 10 years before you be vested.
Yes, sir.
With Wiley Sanders Truck Line, in 30 days you can get into 401k.
Yes, sir.
We match that up to 4% of your gross pay.
Yes, sir.
5 years, you're vested. So you're talking about doing your own business. I always tell people that this might not be your be all to do all, but you might want to do this for a little while.
Yes, sir.
Well, in 5 years you can take your money and run. But that's something to think about. I try to tell young guys that, young ladies too, Because when you work in somewhere, sometimes you really got something else you want to do, but you want to work your CDL.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna tell you something. You will never, never, never be able to not use it.
Yes, sir.
I can
That's how I
say
do a lot of
this:
stuff.
if you have it, everything we see around here, if you got it, a truck bought it.
Yes, sir.
If you got it, a truck bought it. I don't care what it is, from your head to your toe. If it's a truck bought it to you. So, and I say this to every class: if you keep speeding tickets off, no DUIs, system clean apart, past drug tests, you can drive anywhere. I just want you to drive with wireless center.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And your name, sir?
Anthony McLean from Enterprise, Alabama.
And what made you want to drive a truck, Mr. McClung?
No really idea. Just wanted something to do.
Just wanted something. Now, you used to be a football player.
Yes, sir.
Playing for who?
Coach Larry Blakeney up here at Troy, Alabama.
Troy, Alabama. Larry Blake. I'm going to call. You and Coach still tied?
Well, I ain't talked to nobody since.
You ain't talking to nobody. I'm going to call Coach Blake and tell you to come aboard. Hey, guys, it was good to talk to you. I'll say this, and I'll say this: if these two guys wasn't here, you couldn't have picked a better school. I go to all these schools. If there's one thing I know schools, and not here to mouth nobody's school, but this is a good school. Good group of guys. I will never forget the day when he called me and said, "Hey, I got to have somebody come talk to these guys." That's compassion, and that's what you do.
I graduated and got a job.
And got a job. He just told me we got 2 starting today, because I don't recruit everybody that we, let us have that. I don't recruit everybody that we get, but I know the schools that produce the good drivers. This job, without the right training, can be very dangerous. And I don't try to sugarcoat that. I don't try to talk nobody out of driving a truck, but I also let them know, if you're going to drive a truck, you need to be safety. You need to know what you're doing. And at Wireless Sanders Truck Lines, we try to make sure that everybody is comfortable and know what they're doing. I did not exaggerate when I said twice a week and every weekend. We have a division. We have a division that does that, and people love it. People love it. People love it. You're a strong trucking company. You're strong. We've been in business since 1959. You're strong when you can look a man in his eye and say, "I can have you home twice a week and every weekend."
And really mean it.
And really mean it. You got to be strong to do that. You got to have a plan, and our plan is those 5 sister companies with the KW Plastic, KW Recycling, and all that combined into one, and we haul outside freight. So with all that combines together, it makes us strong. Yeah. Blue Cross Blue Shield. Yeah, you know I'm gonna give them the spiel. I got them up. You know I'm gonna give them the spiel. I can talk to them twice now. But we got Blue Cross Blue Shield. We have a dental plan. Have a second round. You got a baby. You got to have insurance. You got a lot of them. Okay.
Yes, I got to have a lot of insurance. I got to take care of them.
All right, then. Well, I like what you just said. You've got to take care of them. I got nothing but respect for a person that wants to take care of their kids and wants to be a good father. That's one thing. My boss man at his company, he used to always say, "Got to put food on family's table." That's what Wireless Sanders is about. Putting food on family's table. And a job does that for you. And I look at my sister. My sister works for Troy University. She's a doctor over there. I couldn't do it, but I can drive a truck.
That's right.
And believe it or not, and I'm not digging at Troy State, please, Troy University. I'm not digging at them, but there was a time I made a little more money than she did. I don't know about now, because things have changed, but I think I still do. That's pretty strong. That's pretty strong when you can drive a truck. I mean, I tell people $80,000 a year because I know I don't put a pencil to it. If you run, and if you're running anywhere, you guys remember this. If you're working anywhere, and you've got to make over 2,500 miles a week to make a living, you made a bad choice. The body, these guys will tell you this, the body cannot take over 2,500 miles a week. That's decent. That keeps you safe. We want our drivers to be safe, be alert, be rested, not be tired. You know how we used to do it. We're not going to get it every time we used to. We don't have to do that no more. Yeah. Truck driving pays good now. You ain't got to have 1,000 you know, 3,000, 5,000 miles a week to make a living. You can run 2,500 miles a week and make a decent living. Well, a guy that was like you, that's just had a newborn, great place to be. Great place to be. Very family oriented. Mr. Sanders has passed and his son has stepped in, and we ain't skipped a beat. I can say that with clarity. We have not skipped a beat. We've studied growing. We got some new trucks gonna be here. I had my paper. I'll tell y'all I'm old and I didn't bring it with me, but we got some new trucks gonna start coming in October, and that's gonna free up things. Are you guys on automatics or man? Oh, I love to hear that. But you know, automatics are taking over.
My dad told me he don't want me touching automatic.
Learn how to stay. That is a great thing. That's a great thing because you guys are young and you might want to open your own business, and it's going to be a lot of manual trucks for sale.
Oh yeah.
In the next year or so. Because big companies like us are going to go to the automatic.
Is it better though? I mean,
we found that they get better fuel mileage. We had that guy that was here, and I don't know why I didn't bring that up. He drives automatic. You heard him say he'd been here 37 years. We actually did not force him to drive automatic. We actually give him an automatic, told him to take it on a trip. If he didn't like it, then he could get his truck. Yeah, he loved it. He loved it.
I mean, it should.
And let me say this about the trucks, and you're strong when you can say this, and I feel comfortable to say this because my boss told me this. That any driver we had that had been with us a long time, if he wanted a manual, when he would buy trucks, he would buy that guy a manual. That speaks volume.
Yeah.
That's right.
That ain't nothing he's just saying to me. He don't care if I come on air and say that. Guy been with us 15, 20 years, and he said, I just don't want this one. You need to listen to stuff like that when you're making a change. You guys hear that when you're making a career move or which way you're going to go. I wouldn't dare tell no man, especially a man with a newborn, because I got 4 kids myself. I wouldn't tell a man something that I knew was going to affect his livelihood. And when I say that, I can say this with sincerity. I am 58 years old. This is the only job I've ever had. I can get excited when I go to jump, and I get excited when I say that because one place, raised 4 kids, land vehicles, it been good to me. And I know that's why I can do good when I go to a school. A lot of class, you must told me that. Said, man, you be so excited. I be so excited because I'm telling the truth. Right. This is really what will happen. I can really get you home twice a week. I can really get you home every weekend. I had a guy in Chattanooga. You don't get asked this question much. And I hugged to him when he said it. He said, what if I don't want to come home for 2 or 3 months? I said, when you want to start? You don't get that question. I keep saying young guys. I don't want y'all to think I'm against young people because y'all are our future. But young people like their weekend. They like their weekend. When I was that age, I loved my weekend. Now, Saturday and Sunday, other than going to church, it's just a regular day to me.
Well, when you get older, it seems like those weekends.
It seems like you get older. What is the main thing that you tell your guys when they're about to leave? A student, I'm going to ask both of y'all the same question. I'm going to get him first and I give you a chance to think. When a guy, I've come to your program, we're shaking hands, I've passed my test, and I'm about to I've decided where I'm going to go. I'm not even going to tell you to tell him Wiley, but do tell him Wiley. But anyway, I'm about to leave. Mm-hmm. I've done this and I've enjoyed it and I'm about to leave. What are one of the things that your last hit home to me?
I tell them to be sure of where they want to go to work at to start with and not to job hop.
Mm-hmm.
Go somewhere and stay there a while. And even if they don't like it, continue to work there for a while and get your reputation. That way, if you decide you want to go somewhere else, then your reputation will go with you. And so we try to hammer that home with them. And as always, it's safety, safety, safety.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
The safety part, I try to tell them, to reiterate my first thought, when I would leave the house on a trip, my first thought was coming back home. because there was people at that house depending on me, and I told them, I said, there's somebody depending on you, whether it be a mother, father, husband, wife, child, and just remember, that's somebody's family riding next to you on the highway. You know, treat them as they would be your own family.
Like, you know, you said something and it's real valuable information, because that's what I do all day is I look at applications.
Right.
And the first thing we look at is job history.
Yeah.
If you call me and you've been somewhere a year, and he calls me and he's been somewhere 2 months here, 3 months here, I'm a little concerned about that.
Yeah.
Consistency is a, you know, I'm gonna tell y'all something. When I ain't always been straight, but I've always, when I went somewhere and you filling out an application for something, I always got excited when they say, how long you been working there? You know, and I be held like 8 years, 5 years, 6 years. They look at that. People look at that. When you're filling applications out and you're doing things, people want to know how long you've been there.
I don't think people realize how much money the company has invested in a hire.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
That's why that's so important.
You know, you just said something. You know, we invest in this show, which it's not so much about the hire. It's a lot about the community service.
Right.
The showing people that we are family oriented.
Yes.
It's one of our goals. We family oriented, we safety, we're here to stay. A young man just young and just getting started, he's got this new career. The last thing you want to do, and I'm not calling no names because I don't know nobody that's going out of business, but the last thing you want to do is hire on with somebody and 6 months later they fold.
That's right.
They fold. That's the last thing you want to do. You just don't want that to happen to you. You don't want that to happen to you. Guys, I want to tell you, and I tell every class this, you have not made a bad choice of getting your CDL. You do the right thing, you can go to work anywhere. I just want you to come with Wireless Sandals Truck Line. I just wouldn't dare. I got too much respect for the trucking industry to tell you that you can't work nowhere with me. I just got too much respect for the trucking industry. I can tell you that I got a good deal. I got a good plan. I got some things. Hey, I want to thank y'all for coming on Truck Talk with Wireless Sandals Truck Line. Let's see, this is November the 2nd. Will they be finished by November the 2nd?
They'll be right at the end of it.
They'll be right at the end of it.
Right at the end.
Everybody that's coming with me, I want them to come to Spring Hill. I'm going to buy them Boston. I'm going to buy them camp stew. I got to get the prices here. I'm about to say Boston Bun. That's $30. I call myself, but everybody loves. Yeah, I'm going to buy everybody a camp stew that's coming with me. Hey, we thank y'all for being on Truck Talk, man. We thank you for coming.
Thank you for having us.
I just shake all you guys' hands, man. It's just good to have y'all. Until next Monday, this has been a good one. I think this has just been the best. We thank you for coming. We thank everybody for listening to us. Remember, if you need a job, then call Wireless Sandals Truck Line. That's right, Troy, Alabama, Wireless Sandals Truck Line. Until the next time, which will be next Monday, goodbye, goodbye. Wireless Sandals Truck Line, money, money, money. Hey, we got 401k, we got Blue Cross Blue Shield. We get you home on the weekend to watch football. Wally Sanders. Who is the best truck line that will get you home on the weekend? Wally Sanders. Money, money, money. Let me have that football.